Last year, Ram fans turned out in record numbers. Ram student athletes responded with record-breaking performances. Men's and women's basketball teams each won 20 games. Sophomore guard Becky Hammond was named the WAC Player of the Year. Volleyball landed a berth in the NCAA tournament for the second year in a row. The women's cross-country team qualified for the NCAA championships for the first time in school history. The men's golf team received a second straight invitation to the NCAA championships, also a first. Halfback Calvin Branch was named the most valuable player in the blue-gray game. One of the more brilliant stories came off the diamond as the Csu Softball team made a strong run at the national championship.
We were 1 out away from going to the World Series, which is the top 8.
Coach Letts was named Regional Coach of the Year, and pitcher Nikki Johnson WAC Player of the Year. Shortstop Sarah Friedstrom became CSU's first softball All-American.
It was really tough to go to the banquet for All-American and knowing that we should have been one of those teams, 8 teams that were there. That was really tough. But I know we can be there this year. We're going to prove to everyone.
Winning has earned unprecedented respect and recognition for Colorado State and created a special bond among competitors and coaches.
With our softball team finishing 10th in the country, and that's great for our program. You know, it's bringing a closeness into this program. We're going to be a national power someday, all across the board.
It is exciting when everyone's doing well. I think it brings a lot of recognition to CSU.
This common purpose and desire to succeed made an impression on the new leaders of the women's basketball and volleyball programs.
It was evident to me when I interviewed that they were committed to having strong programs in each one of their sports. One of the things I really like about this is that, you know, my office is just 2 doors down from Sonny, and I can go down there and I can talk to him, and, you know, and Stu Morrow will pop his head in my office all the time, and I really like that. It brings a family atmosphere. It's like he knows my athletes, I know his athletes.
Good, good, here you go.
Coaches and student athletes are also excited about the physical transformation of the department. It started with the renovation of Moby. Then Dr. Yates announced that a center would be named in recognition of one of CSU's greatest athletes.
There will always be only one Farm McGraw.
Plans for the attached McGraw Center have become a reality. This state-of-the-art facility will expand an overcrowded complex originally designed to house 8 men's sports. The center will help the current 9 women's and 6 men's programs achieve even more success.
I just feel that student athletes that come in here now are going to say, hey, this is a place to go.
The school support and the community support in athletics, it only makes the institution better.
It will put the department on par with the competition, allowing athletes to push a little harder, aim a little higher.
When someone puts their faith in you and your efforts and your talents and your abilities, you're obviously going to want to reciprocate and show them what you can do. That's how I feel. It's what I want to do for the people that, you know, said, hey, you've got potential. Well, I want to prove it.
Winning doesn't come easy for this Department of Champions. Dedication and hard work does. Colorado State student athletes know that it takes courage and an iron will to achieve. These qualities have sustained athletes throughout the history of Colorado State. Past accomplishments have laid the groundwork for a proud future, and we celebrate the legacy of former athletes like Keli McGregor, Joe Peters, Tom Proulx, Gil Sanchez, and Libbie Johnson-Hickman.
You know, the Japanese athletes were doing the same thing.
Libbie is a world-class distance runner. She still holds school cross-country records and was an All-American as a senior. Libbie feels CSU helped her reach her true potential.
I think I was able to develop slowly, so my body was able to adapt to the workouts. It was a real fun time. We had a real strong team that supported each other academically and physically in the racing.
Impressive.
She competes all over the world and was the first American in more than a decade to win the elite class of last year's Boulder Boulder.
I think I put a lot of time and energy into that race, and sometimes you have goals and you might fall short, and that one I didn't fall short.
What a race. I'll tell you, one of the best I have seen on this site.
Relentless in her pursuit of perfection, Libbie has her future clearly in focus.
The ultimate dream would be in 2000. I keep getting stronger. Now to come 7th in the world, I definitely have my eye on a medal. If I would have made the team last year, I might have retired or done something else, but now I really am hungry for a medal.
Our first woman this morning. Congratulations, Libbie.
Pitch on the way, swung on, hit deep to left field. Nothing wrong with that swing.
I sit here more often.
Keli McGregor is the senior vice president for the Colorado Rockies.
I'm responsible for bringing the business basically into focus and managing that on a day-to-day basis.
He was a CSU walk-on in 1981. In '83, the tight end led the nation in receptions and was a two-time All-American. It was then he caught a glimpse of his future.
I guess it was a starting point for me to redirect my energy and my focus to a career in athletics, and I've just been incredibly blessed and fortunate to have the opportunity to include the Colorado Rockies as part of that experience. And if I don't play football at Colorado State, that never happens.
Special people at Colorado State shaped his career plans.
Sonny being back at Colorado State, he was certainly a mentor of mine. I loved his spirit, and I loved the way he communicated to us as young people and how he cared about us on and off the field. Phil McGraw was a tremendous role model for me and mentor for me. I studied him as a student athlete. I thought about him quite often once I left, and he certainly was one of the elements of Colorado State that I take with me each and every day.
Joe Peters was a three-sport letterman at Colorado A&M from 1935 through '39. He was a hard-headed tailback.
You know, in those days, we didn't have these helmets they were just straight leather.
A high-leaping guard on the basketball team.
I was known as the killer.
And a shortstop with power.
I don't know how the baseball field's the same as it was, but I used to hit them over the fence and knock the windows out with the house across the street. Every baseball season, CSU had to buy new windows.
He won the Nye Award his senior year. After graduation, he continued to influence CSU athletics. He became a coach at Paona High School, home of the McGraws.
There was Bill and Hirsch and then Thurman. Yeah, everybody, wherever I coached, I sent the best to CSU.
Possessing as much humility as athletic talent, Joe remains the ultimate team player.
It's one for all and all for one. There isn't no one guy that can win the whole damn ball game. It takes all of them.
You know, there are some building-wide needs, and sure, and there's some classroom needs and things like that.
Gil Sanchez was a wrestler who always wanted to improve.
Saturday mornings and sometimes Friday nights, we'd get the key from the coach and we'd go work out.
He worked his way to a second-place finish in the 1963 NCAA championships. He was a three-time conference champion and earned a bronze medal in the 1960 Olympic trials.
When I do something good.
Now an elementary school principal, Gil's career has had a direct influence on many lives.
Good morning. Good morning.
He sent a message to the rest of his family by being the first to graduate from college.
What it did for my family, it kind of like, if Gilbert can do it, I could do it. And so out of my family, we have 6 children, 4 of them are teachers. And I don't think if it wasn't for the opportunity of the wrestling at CSU, it wouldn't have happened.
Tom Proulx came to Colorado State with a firm idea of what he wanted to accomplish.
When I got there, the first thing I told Steve Johnson was that my goal was to win the NCAA championships. And I only had 2 years to do it in. In 1969, I went to the NCAAs and I ended up second. And that was a big letdown to me. And so the next year, I was not going to be denied.
In his last year of competition, he won the NCAA floor exercise championships.
It was a real team effort to get me to win the floor exercise. You know, it was just one of those kind of teams where everybody just supported each other. And we were all just hiring a kite, and we thought we couldn't be beat. Apparently, it turned out to be pretty close to true.
As a coach, he became even more renowned.
Well, when I left CSU, you know, I went into coaching. course. I mean, it was kind of a natural. And I coached women's gymnastics, and one of my students at that time was Kathy Rigby, and she was our first medal winner ever. And I ended up putting 5 girls on the Olympic team. Here we go.
Today, he's traded in tumbling mats for a classical guitar.
The body has done all its leaping of tall buildings at a single bound that it's going to do. I've taught other people how to leap those same buildings. Now I honestly feel that it's time to move on and teach something else, and this is it.
As a teacher, he's still in pursuit of a perfect 10.
Because it's that attitude that I got from gymnastics that propelled me along in my life after gymnastics. That striving for excellence, that NCAA championship feeling is there. And it comes directly from it. And from my experience at CSU with the competition and the pride and doing it right, and having people cheer for you when you do it.
Very good, very good.
We celebrate the determination, motivation, and accomplishment of athletes, both past and present. The courage and will to achieve flows through the generations, fueling the resolve of those who compete today. The past resides in the hearts of those who excel, the All-Americans, the conference champions, the NCAA qualifiers, those who assure Colorado State of a proud future.